Okay, Newport Parkrun. Woo! Marathon tomorrow, so nothing stupid. That's plan A. Let's see how that goes. No, it's going very well so far. Quietly confident. Yeah, it's absolutely stunning, this place. Partly because the weather is like absolutely perfect for parkrun. Not convinced it's perfect for a marathon, and that was playing on my mind slightly, but you can't control the weather. So in how's my taper gone? My taper's gone all right. I think the main battle with taper, if you're doing the marathon tomorrow or any marathon tomorrow, for me, the main battle is not going mental, not chasing fatigue, feeling like I'm turning into Jabba the Hutt because I'm eating and not doing as many miles as usual. And basically just being batshit crazy. So I've set myself the objective of not letting my pulse go above 130. And I'm not sure how much I trust Garmin, but I think it's vaguely accurate for this one. It's like really nice. It's really frustrating as well because I felt good, obviously. You'd hope so the day before a marathon. And it's really quite flat. It's the perfect terrain. You have to be like super careful because there's like lots of sneaky little routes. But so long as you're mindful of that on a dry day, I think this could be super fast if you like that type of running. Like I run way faster on this type of terrain than I do on tarmac for some bizarre reason. Who knows? And it's obviously really well attended today. There was like hundreds of people. I don't know. I'm guessing like 300 or 400. There was a guy. I was trying to find him as well. There was a guy dressed up in like a bear suit. And I thought, he's going to be the person that beats me in the marathon tomorrow. He's going to run like sub 3 in a bear suit. But I think I might say face because I think I heard he's doing a half marathon. And I really hope he's doing it for charity and that's not just his chosen kit. But I suspect so. You can see here there's lots of people who I suspect are doing the marathon tomorrow. Everyone looks pretty chilled. There were some people sort of like you can see off to the left. There's obviously some people that are giving it some. Maybe they run like 2:30 for a marathon and that's jogging pace for them. Who knows? And it's, I want to say 3 laps. I wasn't paying a huge amount of attention, I've got to admit. I was trying to work out like all week. I think this was hard. This was a hard reality to hear. Like all week, I've had like a headache, and I think my brain was going, "Oh, you got COVID. You've definitely got like all the COVIDs." And then I realised, like, I've just been caning, like, far too much caffeine, and I'm going into caffeine withdrawal at, like, 4 o'clock in the morning and waking up with a headache. So that was kind of like, that was a tough one to come to terms with. And I did it deliberately. You can see my little hands go out, balance. I was doing it deliberately so that I get like, this is such junky behaviour. I knew that if I caned the caffeine this week, I wouldn't feel the full effect on marathon day. So I've cut back and it's shown me that I'm massively addicted to caffeine. Oh no. Anyway, I think in a moment I catch up with some guys who are doing the half tomorrow. I think they were doing the half, having a little sort of chat about that. Maybe you'll hear a bit of that. That was really nice, actually. I was sort of umming and ahhing about whether to wear the camera for 3 reasons. I was thinking, if I'm going to run like 28 or 29 minutes, can I talk that long? And I think I've already evidenced that I can. But equally, I was like, it's going to be really, really boring. And then I thought, I was feeling a bit self-conscious. Sometimes I can put the camera on and like, doesn't really bother me, don't really mind it. And sometimes I go into a little kind of school kid in the playground mode where I just don't like it, which is really, really weird, isn't it? You set up a whole thing recording you doing park runs, make it 100% about you, whilst also being weirdly shy in some circumstances. Anyway, Anyway, if you're doing a marathon tomorrow, I hope that you're in a really good headspace. It's unlikely you're going to watch this before you do the marathon. I think it's really interesting, the psychology of it. What's been pushing my buttons? So, the weight thing, I know how much faster I am, and all of this will sound totally mental, but I know how much faster I am if I'm in a good sort of functional weight zone. For me, that's about 78 to 80 kilograms. And so, like, I get properly neurotic about it. Like, I can't disguise it. Like, I go absolutely batshit about it. And the day before the marathon, I have to have kind of like this little kind of word with myself where I go, okay, you need to just like eat. Don't turn up to the start of your marathon starving. And don't worry, I definitely am eating. Yeah, so like that's been playing on my mind. This time of year, for me, I don't know if anyone else gets this, pollen count always gets me. There we go, I'm having a little chat with this bloke here. Really nice, yeah. That's very unlike me as well, so that's nice. I kind of forced myself to have a conversation, pull myself out of myself and try and connect to the world a little bit. Because I'm aware that, like, going away to, like, a hotel, I've been at the hotel for, like, a night already, 2 nights, like, deep in my own company. It's like a mysterious little trip there, whoops. It's a deep and mysterious place to be. So yeah, anyway, had a nice little chat there. That was really nice. So I am making confessions of being mental. Then I do this whole thing. I think this is quite natural, and there's a balance here between not giving a shit and giving a shit, because obviously you don't want to turn up to the start line going, well, you might want to. You might actually really enjoy the marathon if you do this. But if you're going for a time, you don't want to turn up to the marathon going, yeah, whatever. Or maybe you do, I don't know. Like, I did think yesterday, maybe I should just run without my watch, like completely naked, not completely naked, but like, you know what I mean, without the Garmin and everything. And then that took about 3 seconds before I was like, no, that's clearly insane. I'm definitely not doing that. My kit's going to come up in a minute, so I might just break off mid-sentence and start talking about that. I've placed it on the bed like everyone else does. So yeah, so my pacing, I was sort of overthinking that. I've sort of got this unknown territory of, I've got a little bit of a moonshot, I think, of sub 3, but it's definitely a moonshot, and I don't want to wreck my chances of plan B is good for age below 3:07. I feel fairly confident in that, depending on weather and all sorts of bullshit. And then a PB. My PB's like 3:15. If I don't get that, I'll probably be a bit angry on the drive home. Anyway, so yeah, so like, I don't know. Do people always have this? Is everyone going through this? Like, I think I've come up with a plan to keep 1 foot in each place, where I'm going to go off at 6:55 per mile, which gets me halfway, 40 seconds too slow, and then I can make a decision about, do I maintain, back off, or push on? That's my plan. And I'm going to try and stick to it. I've even set my Garmin up so that it gives me like my splits, which I didn't realise it could do, because I spent 550 quid on a Garmin that I definitely don't understand anything that it does. I know how to do start and stop for activities. Oh God, what else am I overthinking? My shorts. You're going to see my kit in a minute. I bought 2 pairs of shorts. I bought some Say Sky shorts. And I bought some, 2XU shorts. The Say Sky shorts are cooler, but the pouches on the legs are too low. And I feel like if I put the gels down there, then that's physics, and that's going to add like gradient. I'm mental, aren't I? I should stop talking. But the 2XU ones are incredibly comfortable, but they're a little bit warmer. They've got a little bit more compression. So, like, is that good? Does that help blood flow? Or will it add resistance when, like, my knee's moving forwards? This is how batshit I've been. But I think I'm going to go to the 2XU ones, just because comfort is definitely a thing, isn't it? Equally, I might just wake up in the morning and do all sorts of different stuff. I might run in like a bear suit like the other gentleman, and then we can be like bear suit twins, and that would be really, really cool. Here's my kit. So I've gone with the Met Speed Raise. I don't know how long this will last. It's not going to last long enough. The bicarb there. Oh, fucking hell, that didn't work. I can't be asked to make that longer anyway. Right, I can remember what's on there. So club vest. My club vest is amazing. I think it gives me a sense of connection. It's really, really light as well. Love it. I like the design of that. I think I'm going to go with the 2XU. If it's really warm tomorrow, I might rethink that and go with the Say Sky shorts. The pouch at the back on those isn't quite tight enough to hold. I want 2 gels in the back of that one and 2 in each pocket on the side. And I've stashed on the course some precision pouches, the 90-gram pouches, and one of those has got like an extra bomb of another caffeine gel. Like I didn't have sellotape, so I had to use a plaster to stick it on there. And I've got them. Like, I was ingenious. Like, I was out. I did like a 4-mile run on a course yesterday. Amazing course, the Newport Marathon. Like, really, really happy with the course. And like I've managed to stash them so that they're basically hand height. I'm really hoping. And one of them, I suspect I'll be able to get like running along and just reach in where I put it and then reach out. Yeah, and that's the only way I could think of doing it, because I didn't have anyone to sort of be on the course, and I can't carry the amount of carbs that I take because it's going to get towards 450 grams. So that would be mental to try and carry that. What else? There's bicarb. I used the bicarb probably about 6 o'clock. My window, I had it tested, was 75 minutes, but I don't trust that. I need to know what effect it's going to have on me in terms of side effects. I take it because I've got a bullshit theory. That's a bullshit Jason theory that the extra salt, especially if it's warmer, like serves me really well. So that's why I have made up in my head. Anyway, it's part of the habit. Fuck it, it's there. I was in the supermarket and my friend saw me and they came over to me and I had 2 bicarbs. I stood there like a zombie just looking at them. I get like the cheap ones. Like I don't buy any of this. Like I was going to slag off a brand. I shouldn't do that. But like, yeah, so I was standing there. One was 59p and one was £1.60, and I was overthinking it. The 59p one said sodium hydrogen bicarbonate or something, and then I convinced myself that was a thing. I think that's what it said anyway. Don't know why I put the razor on the bed. I think I was thinking like I was going to give myself like a nice shoulder shave. I reckon that could take off 0.0001 second if I've got some straggly hairs on my shoulders, but it's probably more vanity. I had my cap. I've decided on baseball cap backwards just because I'm used to it. And in the sun, I'm not sure that a headband is the best idea because I'm a baldy. So, like, my shaved head, maybe the sun burning it might not be a good idea. I don't know. I might regret that decision. I definitely didn't have the head cam attached to the front of it at all because ChatGPT definitely told me that would add a minute to my time, although I dispute that statistic there. So that's not there. Ignore that. That's not a thing. The Metaspeed Rays, they're my new ones. I've done a 3-mile test in them because I half a size down after I had a size 12 and they come up a little bit big. So I've got 11 and a halves. Absolutely love them. They make me so happy. The only thing is, if it rains tomorrow, then I might have to wear Fast Stars. What else was there? Oh, 5 gazillion gels. I had the Precision ones. They don't have sodium in, so I've got 2 of the Science and Sport ones with the extra sodium. You'll notice I had a little McDonald's sachet of salt that I'll put into the Precision gel, and I poke it down with a skewer. So that one's got that. And that's about it. What else? I think, there was a green tea bag, and I have that after I have my morning coffee. God, it's really weird, isn't it? It's like proper weird. Like, I'm reassured by how batshit a lot of my friends are. Like, even the ones that pretend they're dead chill definitely spend an awful lot of time overthinking. And I try to work out if, like, do I enjoy that? Is that part of the process? Does it just use excess energy that's utter bullshit and I need to chill out? Because I'm pretty sure if I just turned up on the start line without all of this thought and just ran, like, I'm pretty sure my time would be like exactly the same. So maybe there's a bit of me that just likes the overthinking and kind of enjoys it. Is it part of my process? Don't know. I think what I'm asking for is a reassurance that other people are as mental as me before a race. Yeah, so I think, yeah, I'm not too bad. Like, I think I've got a long time ago, I got over that sort of big anxiety of what will everyone think if I blow up and all of that sort of thing. I don't really care too much about that. It plays on my mind, I suppose, a little bit, if I'm honest. But like, I sort of dismiss it quite easily, and I'm pretty confident I can do at least Plan C, a PB. If it all goes wrong, I think it's still going to be a PB. But, you know, we may come back to that. Because if you look at my pulse rate, I saw this, and this made me very suspicious. So you see I'm running at 9-minute miles, which for me should easily mean my pulse rate is 120 odd. And the only thing I notice is when my hay fever's bad. And that's the only thing I thought my sort of like, yeah, this time of year it starts to come on. And I wasn't really happy about that pulse rate, and I've put it down to maybe just being a little bit knackered, a little bit anxious, and those sorts of things. So, yeah, and it's a bit warmer, but like that might be an issue. I don't want it to be this hot tomorrow, because I was standing, waiting. I was showing off my guns in my vest. I'm sure that was super impressive. But I was actually doing it out of necessity because it was like proper hot. I was stood in front of this wall and I felt like a lizard. And yeah, and like it was really, really hot. So, yeah, maybe I definitely don't want it to be this hot tomorrow. I mean, I love running on days like this. It changes the whole psychology of it. Although, sometimes, do you ever have this? Like, if you're running, I had this on the Marriott's Way marathon. If you haven't watched that video, it's biblical. Not the video, it's my usual shit waffling commentary, and the quality is just me just pressing start stop when I generally feel like it. And there's loads of water over the lens as well. But anyway, the weather was just like biblical. So maybe it's the extremes. I suppose that wasn't really about, there was no pressure in terms of the time. Like, I had no expectations of the time because it was so horrible. So like, there was part of me that kind of enjoyed the hardship in that. I mean, I did nearly die of exposure towards the end of it, but yeah, I don't really want it tomorrow. I'd quite happily have a nice little overcast thing. Oh, this bloke was funny. As he came past, he was talking to, I think it must be his friend or girlfriend or something. He was talking about how many Guinnesses he'd had the night before. I think he was saying something along the lines of, yeah, I think I might have had a few too many. I don't know if he's doing the race tomorrow. Anyway, mate, I'm sure it was valuable nutrition for you. Yeah, all nutrition. Yeah, so today, what have I had? Holiday Inn, doing an okay breakfast. Today, I had a bit of everything. Tomorrow, I think I'm just going to play it safe with the hash browns. Might have a little bit of something salty. Like, I might have like a little bit of bacon. I don't know. Actually, I feel a bit culturally sensitive there, talking about meat. In case there's any vegans listening. Anyway, you'll be happy to know my plan today after that was, what did I have? Then when I got back from Parkrun, I figured that it was rice pudding. So I had a can of rice pudding because I just find that's proper easily absorbed. And I'm going after this. After I've recorded this, I've Googled where Domino's Pizza is, and they do gluten-free. So I'm going to have my pre-race pizza, or my pre-race food is always pizza. I just feel like there's not much risk with a pizza. It gets burnt at the top, and it's just basically like flour. So yeah, that's what I'm having, a gluten-free margarita. I feel like I need something vaguely warm, so that's it. Although they dick you over on gluten-free pizzas, like everyone else, normal people get like a big, like large one, and it says for 3 to 4 people. Then, for virtually the same price, for a gluten-free pizza, it says 1 to 2 people, so I'm going to have to get 2 of those. And then just see if that's enough. I might suss out the parking. I think because on the west side of the marathon, I think I got lucky and I can just drive until I see like roads are closed off and then pick like a pedestrian. Don't pick a pedestrian off. And then I can pick like a side road or a park. And then walk in. Hopefully it'll keep the steps down. Yeah. Where am I? Anyway, what am I doing? Oh, that's a bit fast. 8:50. Yeah, I have kept it mostly. Maybe that 137 beats per minute was just Garmin being a dick, or maybe it was slightly uphill. It's pretty much flat. But there were a couple of like little nodules where I sort of maybe picked up a little bit. Yeah, and then my morning routine tomorrow, I haven't really got, I don't know, I should ask people more. Like, have you, this is going to sound so hypocritical given that I've got a whole thing where I talk about myself. Like, have you got that person like that you run with that basically you don't need to be there for the conversation? Like, I'd like to think there's a bit of give and take. But like, yeah, I think like in terms of eating, I think I know what Jimmy eats. Like, I know because I've witnessed that. That was where I learned to eat more. Like, that was where I was like, oh shit, maybe having like a tiny slice of toast and taking 1 gel and a half marathon isn't enough. So thanks, Jimmy, you did teach me that. But like, what do people have? I can't have anything too sweet because I'm taking on 450 grams of carbs. Like, literally, I will have done like 150 by the time I get to 10k-ish, because I front load it as well. So I try to get most stuff down because I'm a big guy. I think some of these were the Couch to 5Kers, I think. I'm not sure, which was awesome. It was really nice. Yay. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so like I don't go too sugary for my breakfast, but I will have, the most sugary I get is about 2 hours, 90 minutes before, when I'll have my 3 bananas and can of rice pudding. I'm going to go premium rice pudding in the morning, although I don't know, I'm overthinking that one as well. So you can get 3 varieties. You can get the low fat, low sugar one. That's pointless. I'm not having that. You can get the normal one, which is really where I should stay. But recently I've been more adventurous and there's a deluxe one. And I like the deluxe one because the consistency is a little bit nicer. And my cat Brenda prefers the deluxe one as well because she always knows. It's really weird. It's like a Pavlov's dog, but the cat version. Whenever she hits, because I eat it out of the tin like a tramp. When I don't have it that often, but like the night before a race I'll have it, and in the morning of the race I'll have it, and she gets like proper excited. I don't think she notices the tin, but when she starts to hear the sound of the spoon hitting the side, God, this sounds bad. I have no idea why I'm single. Really, like, it's really confusing, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, I'll sit there like with my spoon scraping out, and she hears the sound of it, and like then she gets proper excited, and she just like puts her foot on my lap, and I'm like, don't worry, I've got your back here. Yeah, and someone's going to tell me that's really bad for cats. I know that there's that thing, and I haven't ever Googled it, about cats being lactose intolerant, but she really likes it, and I don't think she'd forgive me if I didn't give her much. Well, I'll probably, like a little spoonful or something. She loves it. Anyway, cats like rice pudding. She likes Marmite as well. Oh, I need to add that into I need to get some bread, some gluten-free bread for the morning, because I like to have a little bit of Marmite because it's proper salty. And I've convinced myself, I don't know why, because it's like black and like it looks like tar. For some reason in my head, I've convinced myself that it's got some sort of magical nutritional value for a marathon. Like, that's got no basis in reality whatsoever. Maybe I'm going to go on a basis that it's 23 minutes in and like no one will hear this because no one listening is this far in, so no one's going to persuade me out of it. But like, in my defence, I was thinking, like, I accept that wearing a head cam for Newport Marathon may slow me down, but in my defence, Your Honour, and ChatGPT isn't always right, it gave me 2 reasons why it might slow me down. No, 3 reasons. So, first reason, aerodynamics. That's bollocks because it's actually quite rounded, and arguably it creates like a little kind of funnel at the front of my head that channels the wind, so not having that one. Weight. I think that's bollocks. It basically weighs about 50 grams. I think I've weighed it. Not convinced. That's the weight of one gel. So I'll accept that there's something there, but I can't really say it's more. It's on my head as well. So I'm going to say, let's give that 10 seconds. If I ran 10 seconds over my time. But you can't think like that. But I've got an argument of why it might add seconds, though, as well. So the next one is faffing around, but I'm literally a camera expert now. So I don't think that's a thing. I've worn it for several marathons. My plan was to put it on, to press start at the start and leave it on for quite a while, like get some good sort of like first mile at least, then probably forget about it totally, get into my race, halfway, turn it on again for a mile, turn it off, and then I reckon that will give me 14, then that gives me the last 2 miles, which will either be really inspirational, I can put some like inspirational music over it, or it will be me crying and walking and all of that sort of thing, which, well, that would be really, really funny anyway, and I'll delete it. I think I'm all right. I think, like, I remember the first marathon I did, I had absolutely no idea what happens at 20 miles, didn't recognise it, didn't back off, all of that stuff, and I think I'm pretty good at it. So I'm hoping I'm pretty confident that there'll be a point where I just go, okay, it's not happening, maintain, back off, and like get calories down you, roll it in and see if you can sort of like manage the damage of this slowing pace. I'm sure they were couched to 5k. Woo, woo, woo. Awesome, love it. I've got someone I know who did couch to 5k, and he runs like 15-minute 5ks now. So like, anyway, that's not the whole thing of doing it. I think it's great. And they were really good as well. They were doing like stretches afterwards. Really nice. Look at this. These trees are beautiful. So yeah, anyway, I'm wearing a camera, and I won't be persuaded out of it. So there we go. If it really annoys me, I can just take it off and put it in a pocket and then pretend that never happened. Look at those trees. Beautiful. Honestly, it was really, really lovely. I felt all right. I felt a little bit, I know this feeling. I get this feeling when hay fever starts coming on. I probably would like you to reserve it as my primary excuse if things like go really badly wrong, but it's not incredibly plausible. But maybe if you could just play that game with me if I really fuck up, and say, oh yeah, it's a hay fever, and do that thing, or say it was really windy, or make something up that makes me feel like less of a failure. That would be really, really kind of you. So Newport Parkrun. Oh, I did say as well, my hotel, like I'm sitting recording this in my hotel room and I can literally see the parkrun from here. It was mental. I was like, shall I do parkrun? Shan't I? Is that a good idea, isn't it? Decided it's definitely, I'm really glad I did it. I feel much better for doing it. It got rid of a little bit of anxiety. Definitely didn't tire myself out. Absolutely fine with that. But yeah, it was my little bit of activity in the morning, shake the legs out, and it was really nice. It got me into like really good headspace for the rest of the day. So if you're doing it tomorrow, if you are watching this, good luck. Hope to see you there. If you're running around the 3-hour mark, let me know, because I need a pacer, especially if you're big and you can block the wind for me. Anyway, somewhere between 3 and 3:07, something like that. Who knows? Newport Parkrun, you were amazing. Thank you so much, and enjoy your marathons and your half marathons.